guys to another episode of Tales of Middle Earth, and today I have with me again, well, it's almost like he's here and filming a lot in like a short period of time, like maybe a day.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Or I just wear the same clothes every day.
And I wear the same clothes every day.
Saves on laundry.
Yeah. Money. It's all about the money. Yeah, my water's not working right now. It's so cold outside. So yeah, it's just frozen in the pipes.
Can't do anything about that?
No, nothing at all. But we are back today, not with an episode of Shadows or Whispers in the North, but we are here with a product review.
Battle Companies.
101 Battle Companies. The new book by Games Workshop. And with the lovely new slogan on the top. I don't even want to call it a slogan, but
the new name,
new branding. Middle Earth strategy battle game, right there. New book. So if you've been following along with the Whispers in the North narrative campaign, we have transitioned from the, I think it's James Barker or James Baker.
I think it's Baker.
Baker?
I think so.
I think so. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I am. But we've transitioned from his rule set over into the new rule set for our campaign. It is a fairly simple transition that we made. You know what I mean? It wasn't really much that we had to do. So it's really, really good. And I love Battle Companies.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
So, number one reason why I love Battle Companies is the narrative. You can create a narrative with your game and watch your characters progress and grow and everything else. So it's fantastic. That's my thing. Plus, my second reason is you can get a bunch of games in a day. You know what I mean? If you really want to sit down, and because they're quick. You know what I mean? And like they say, play on a 4x4 board.
You don't need that much space.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. Because like all of our games have started 4x4 and then ended in like this small little box.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you need 4x4, but it helps, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially now that you can there's some factions that get like 25 models.
Yeah.
Which is huge. Now that I can see them spreading out and stuff like that. So it's good. So, product review. We both got our books. I got mine before Christmas. You got yours
Christmas Day.
Day. That's a wonderful Christmas present. I don't know who gave them to you, but they were
mother.
to you.
Thank you, Mother.
Yeah. Oh. Yes. Thank you, Will's mom. You're awesome. And so the book covers everything from, if you're looking at the index quick face, there's obviously the preface and that, but it goes through everything from building your war bands, explaining injuries that will happen, after you fight your battles, how to tally your experience, how to get reinforcements for your war bands, war gear options, all that stuff, which is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
And like it's only a 80-page book, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty small. The rules are pretty tight because again you're playing off of the core rules for the Hobbit SBG. But yeah, so it's really, really good. What they have in here, they have, I think, is it 12 scenarios?
Yeah, 12 scenarios plus the narrative campaign.
Yeah,
which is other scenarios.
Yep. So there are 12 scenarios for you to play in this book. There is a narrative campaign at the back of this book, as well as they give you the factions for your the starting factions, because they've already mentioned that they're going to grow these factions, and they already have 2 extra ones if you bought the November White Dwarf issue number, I can't remember, but it's November White Dwarf that they have the extra 2. Is it
Gundabad
and Erebor Dale? So the factions are growing, and they even say in the book that as for the Angmar faction will be changing as well.
Yeah.
Because right now it's basically the exact same thing as Mordor.
Yep.
So that will be changing. So let's get right into the meat and potatoes. So the first thing is you have to muster your army. Create your army. So basically what you do, there's 2 ways you can do this. So first way, you can look at the factions that you like to play in the book, or if you have the White Dwarf, those 2, and they list the faction for you, or your models that you'll be using for you. And you can take that. Or you have 50 experience, or 50 points, to create your own faction of your choice from the ones listed, where you get to choose what models you take and such. I think it's pretty streamlined, personally.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like how they had 22 all in here, because it's so much.
Yeah.
It's so much.
Is it 22?
Yeah, I believe so, and then there's the 2 in the White Dwarf.
Okay, so like 24. I haven't counted how many factions are in here, but now I'm wanting to, because there's lots. there's 12 pages of good factions. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
It also
So-
gives you the opportunity to make your own, though. It
Yeah.
doesn't say you have to do this. As long as your community kind of accepts it, you
Yeah.
can do your own 50
Absolutely.
points. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So after you muster your army, you gotta have your battle.
Yep.
Win, lose, otherwise. So if you win, you get a certain number of influence. If you draw, a certain number of influence, and if you lose, a certain number as well. Because you always get some.
Yep.
And that influence sort of takes place of what gold in the old system
Yeah.
was. So now you use that to buy your reinforcements, purchase your gear, as well as you can actually improve your reinforcement roll with it now too.
Yeah. And there's also a bunch of items now.
Yeah,
that you can buy.
yeah. Well, and you could in the last one.
Yeah.
So so they carried that on too. So I really do like that. Your characters gain experience after the battles as well. So you don't only just get influence, you get experience, which allows your characters to grow and get stronger and better and better. So if you haven't checked it out yet, Whispers of the North Narrative campaign, you can see where these characters, our characters, started and where they are now in the progression. And like I gotta say, our battle companies are getting good.
They are.
They're not perfect by any means, but they're getting good.
Yeah. I mean,
So I think
yeah,
we both
started
got like
with
4 or
6
5.
models, and now we're up to 8 and 7.
Yeah, I think I had 5. You know what I mean?
You had 5,
I think
yeah.
5 for
I had a couple
Thranduil's
losses
Halls.
to start, so now we're starting to build our way up. It's been
Yeah.
a lot of fun playing
Yeah.
these games.
And so it's great because you have different charts you can roll on for what you're doing. So you have your shooting, your combat progression chart, leadership, and the good progression chart. And each one sort of is a specialization for your character to focus on. So if you want somebody to shoot better, you roll on the shoot progression chart. And then that will also give you options for taking your army-specific special rule or the shooting special rules that you can roll on if you get a certain number. So they got some really nice rules. I'm not going to go over all the details of the rules.
Nah.
If you want to see them, buy the book. Just throwing it out there, you know what I mean? Support the Hobbit hobby, as they say. I personally, so I'm not gonna go through all that. But you can make a guy a caster, spellcaster.
Yep.
You know, you can make him a really good fighter. Give him burly, so he can fight two-handed with weapons, which is really good for Elven Blades or orcs if they ever get into combat. Or not, if you watch the last. Yeah. Anyway, never mind. So. After the experience that your warriors can eventually become heroes. You get 3 heroes actually. And that's a big change actually, the heroes. Let's touch on that.
Yeah, the 3, you could start, the old one was 1 might point on one of your heroes, and then your other 2 heroes had 1 fate.
Yeah, so you had 1 might will fate on
Yeah.
1 hero, and then your other 2 heroes only had 1 fate.
And now all heroes get the 1 might, 1 will, 1 fate.
That's right.
And
Unless they progress through being a warrior into a
Yes.
hero, then they only get that 1 fate.
Yeah.
So, which is good change, you know what I mean? I think it's an
I like it a
effective
lot.
change. You
I
know what
think-
mean?
it helps the games because 1 might point, you get 1 move off in a game,
Yeah.
and the rest is kind of
Yeah, it's nice, you know what I mean? At
You
that
know,
point,
but
so
now you can actually call heroic combats.
it adds
like
a
that
little
in
bit
it.
more strategy
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
So that is really, really good. Yeah, factions wise, what's your favorite faction in there? Have you looked through? I know
I have
one
looked
that
through.
one that I'm intrigued with is the Far Harad.
Oh
Because
yeah.
it's not one that I think I've seen, you know what I mean, with all the
Wow.
hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those guys look phenomenal. So, and I have one of my camel riders here.
Yeah.
So it is an army that I've been thinking about
Mhm.
adding into my Haradrim, right? So, or a faction, a force,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's something that might get me playing those guys.
Yeah.
We'll see. So that's a faction that I've been liking. Do you have one?
Mine, I've been working on a Hunter Orc army lately, so
Yeah.
that Dol Guldur
Yeah,
faction,
yeah.
that's the
Loving
one I'm
that.
going to sink my teeth into.
That's cool.
That's the one that
That's
I'm really
cool.
excited. The other thing is each army has a specific upgrade. I
Yeah.
don't know that we touched on it.
Yeah, yeah. So as an example, Lake Town.
Yeah.
Okay. The Lake Town, their specific army upgrade basically allows you to spend a might point, your hero spend a might point, and basically friendly faction models within 6 inches of them increase their fight value by 1,
Yeah.
which is really good. Or Thranduil's Halls automatically allow you to roll a 6 on any jump, climb.
Yeah. This is something the hero can get. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
special rule a hero can get.
Yep,
basically.
that's specific to your faction.
Like the
So
Rivendell one, they can wield their Elven Blade two-handed without penalty.
that's really good.
It's very good.
Very good.
And you
So-
get that by rolling on the progression charts like
Yep.
everything else. So.
Yeah. Or there's other factions such as like the Shire that are because you only have 15 models in your warband or your battle company, but there's other factions such as Lake Town and the Shire that I think those are the only ones I can't recall. I
Where
can't remember.
goblins?
Are they? Do they get extra?
Goblins can go up to 25.
Okay. I think the Shire can go up to 25 as well. The Shire? Where is the Shire? Lake Town can have 20 models.
Yeah.
Which is good. And when I say Lake Town, it's a mixture of Lake Town Militia and Lake Town Guard, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just one.
It's not the full horde.
No. And then, well, it is. But
So,
it's not as much as like your Hobbits that you can have 25 up to 25 models.
Yeah.
So imagine 25 models roaming the board as a Hobbit player.
Yeah.
And I know there's people out there that have Hobbit armies that do that, so it's great. Narrative campaign. That's something that I really like because that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I like the look of this one. They have kind of a.
Yep.
If you get through the scenario, you have your own chart in there that you
Yep.
get to roll on after each.
Gives you
scenario.
something nice, like a bonus if you win.
Yeah,
So.
and it's a wide spanning scenario, so
Yep.
it's a lot of different places, a lot of different boards.
Absolutely.
That, you get to play on.
They sort of take it from Lake Town all the way to Fornost actually,
Yeah.
which is interesting. So.
yeah.
So yeah, that's all I gotta say is go out and buy this book. It is a very, very good book. They've put a lot of work into it, I believe, a lot of effort. I also like the shout out to some of the other guys in the back of the book, not just Adam Troke and
Yeah.
Jay, but all the James Brond.
Yeah, that was my favorite part actually.
Seeing
reading
their-
through
yeah, their war
battle
bands.
companies
Yeah.
and seeing what they've done with
Yeah.
theirs.
Exactly.
That-
Sort of sets your mind, sets a goal up to where you can sort of
Yeah.
go to and achieve, right?
Yeah.
Gives yourself something to play up to. So, but I really like it. So, and it's skirmish games are good. Like it's already a skirmish game. This just makes it more so with less models and that. So it's really really fun to play.
Like they took something the community loved and they made it better.
I agree. You know what I mean? Like I as you know, we this year in the OSBGL
Yeah.
had our community event that was based around battle companies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That Don Barnett ring.
Yeah.
And I've seen other events throughout other leagues and their Facebook groups that they've ran as well. So I think everybody loved the game before and are gonna love it that much more now. So I agree 100% that they've completely made this better.
Yeah, about Don Barnett running it. I'm looking forward to it. I believe he's running it again next year.
Yes.
And I
2018.
missed out this past year, so I'm really looking forward to getting in and getting some battle companies.
I don't know what I'm gonna use though. With so many new options and more coming probably,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna use. So
It's exciting. It's exciting because we have so many options.
yeah, absolutely. Like, and it's good because you can take what you are wanting to play in a regular sized game and you can start small and
Yeah.
play small. So like as an example, I've been working on my Survivors of Lake Town. So if I want to do a Lake Town army, all I gotta do is buy some Lake Town Guard.
Yeah.
You know, buy one of the 12 packs of models for the $80 Canadian, where you get the 4 bow, 4 shield, and 4 spear, or sorry, 4 with sword because they don't have shields. But where I get that package, and then I buy, you know, that, and I add it into the models I already have, and there's my Lake Town.
Yeah, they made it pretty easy to get into
Jump
it.
into, yeah.
They
A
got out the
box.
new battle companies
Yeah.
sets for some of them, and
Yeah.
so like it's if you want to try something new,
Absolutely.
it's really attainable.
Absolutely.
It's really-
Like really, when you think about, let's say, Hunter Orcs, so Dogaldor.
Yeah.
Okay. To start off that, you need a box of.
Hunter Orcs and Fell Wars.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so that's what, $80?
75 actually.
75? Okay, there you go. So
Canadian. 75
Canadian, yes. So it's like 35 pounds, you know what I mean, and like $50 in the US. So
Yeah.
so that's good. So it's made the game more accessible and more attainable for people to play, which is phenomenal. It's like that gateway into the larger game. It makes it more available. And I think it's smart marketing. But hey, I'm not a marketing person. I'm just saying it from my train of thought and my opinion,
Yeah.
which is minimal.
So
So
what we've seen on like Facebook and all the communities, everybody is soaking this up and they're loving it. So
absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
really nice to see.
Absolutely. Well, Will, thank you very much again. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Guys, if you haven't yet, check out the Patreon link below. We definitely appreciate all the support because it allows us to do what we do and support our hobby. So, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, ignite your hobby.